All right, good afternoon. It's 12:06, October 13, 2021. It's around 12:06 lunchtime. All right, guys, let's get to it. The markets are in a holding pattern. So let's dive in. There's a lot of stuff going on today. As I mentioned today, I did a little pre-market video just to see if that was going to work out and kind of give you guys a clear indication what I look at in my prep. But so there's a couple of things in the news today, as I mentioned earlier. We have Apple. Apple something about not meeting the not the demand, but basically not being able to having supply issues down the road. The XPX is in the holding range between 4,300 and 4,400, kind of pinned in between there. So and CPI numbers came in super hot, which expected. I think the market expected as well. And now I think it's just holding. We have 2 o'clock, the Fed meetings, and I think the market's just grasping for any positive news to try to take it back up to 4,400. We're currently at 4350, which is right in the middle. VIX is at 1913, 19.13, and Goldman Sachs is lower. So let's dive in. All right, so let's dive in. So we're looking at the 15-minute time frame. So XPX opened up again. We're right smack in the middle. Opened up a little weaker, went down to 43.30, which is an area that we noticed it likes to go to, and then it kind of rallied up. But stuck in a holding pattern, 43.50. I think it's going to stay in this range and figure out which way it's going to go. I think it's going to wait for the Fed meetings. I expect a lot of volatility, probably up or down. We also have option expiration week. So remember that it's monthly option expiration week. So it can go either way. So just remember that and expect a lot of volatility. Nasdaq. By the way, XPX is trying to go up. We're close to the 50 here, 43.60 now. So it's probably going to linger in this area, and we're going to figure out what to do. But it's trying to make a run here. So watch that. Nasdaq again. Tech's been hammered. Remember, bonds are going up, so tech gets hammered. So Nasdaq's been trying to form a base here. It had a nice little basing pattern here. Again, it's right in the pivotal moment here, and I think it's just about those Fed meetings. So, if there's something good news coming out, maybe the Nasdaq could probably rally back up. What areas are we going to be looking at for the next levels? Probably this 14. Let's round it out. Let's say right in the middle, 14.8. Let's say 14.8. But and in the short term, we're looking at 14.768. All right, take a look there. As far as the Russell banks, it's bank heavy. So JP Morgan announced this morning, supposedly, again, came out somewhat good, even though Goldman Sachs is down. So I mentioned earlier, 2241 is where we're looking at for it to get going, but we're kind of stuck in this range right now. So 2221 and 2241 right now in this range. So either way, it's trying to rally. We don't really have a clear decision right now. So it's typical movement of waiting for the 2 o'clock hour. All right, let's dive into tech. So Google got hammered yesterday. We got a dead cat bounce right here at the open yesterday, came back down, and it's not really, it tried to go today. We had an alert. It broke the pre-market. We have a high here of 27.57, 27.60. And again, just in a holding pattern, we had this nice little bounce here. And can it go higher? That's the next dilemma. Is it going to go higher? Now let's figure this one out. So this is a big sell-off for Google. Now, are the Fed meetings going to be bad and we're going to head down, right? Head down. And then Google is set up perfectly to head down, right? So maybe 27.14. Or is it going to be good news and Google can probably go up to 27.75? So major pivot point. So just going to keep track. And there goes the XPX. Amazon, much stronger. Again, it had a lot of ailments in Amazon. Is that priced in? And is Amazon looking better, right? We're above the pre-market highs and the highs from yesterday. And can this continue to rally? Can this rally up again? So it's really All depends if the Nasdaq starts going up, XPIC starts going up, then I think Amazon's it's primed to start heading higher. Um, or is this rally coming to an end? Because if it does come to an end, it could come back down here. 20, 20 32, 56. Tesla holding strong, holding super, super strong. But as I mentioned earlier, we pre-market was going up higher, but the MACDs were going lower. So it's setting up at this 809 area. So keep track of that 809. If again, Amazon has a mind of its own, I think if it takes out yesterday's highs of 812, it can probably start getting going, or it can stay in this range. So watch that. ISRG setting up nicely, beautifully, beautifully, beautifully. Again, we just need to take out this 329. Okay, it's there, almost there, or is it going to sell off? Chipotle, again, Domino's announces on Thursday. This is probably going to move Chipotle. Chipotle got hammered, but it looks ready to run. We had a nice run today, but the rest of the market's kind of a holding pattern. We have this 1818 area to get it going, but it looks prime, or is it going to stay in the range again? All right, so we got those out of the way. Now let's look at some other ones that I've added. So MicroStrategy trains with Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now is at where's Bitcoin at? Bitcoin is at 56, so a little bit higher. So MicroStrategy is coming higher. It looks like it wants to run. And again, as I mentioned earlier, this market is really going to trade either, if you're trading options, you're going for single digits. So what I mean by that is basically you're going for, if you buy for 4, 5, 6, 7, you get them, you get out. Maybe possibly a double, but anything more than that, you're not going to get. So you have to. It's a trader's market. You have to be fast and selective where you get in. Shopify, I mentioned this one. So this one ran from this morning. All right. So this is what I mean about singles. And here's a single, probably single digits here. We took out this 1380 and it ran a little bit and it just kind of consolidating. But at the open, since we 1373, MACD's giving this is a nice setup here. So this gave you a couple digits. If you're still in it, it could run if the market start going higher. Netflix in the holding pattern. Again, try to go today. I told you 632, watch it, watch it, watch it. And sure enough, it's there. So it's just in a holding pattern. I think if it takes out 632, it can run, but I wouldn't touch it until then unless you want to trade it up to 632. But MACDs are kind of no man's land at this moment. Roku. Oh, there it goes. Roku might be setting up. So Roku, like I said earlier, 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like it's trying to go. I told you this 324 where it sold off. So 324, if it can start running, it looks like it wants to run. But just keep an eye on that. And again, watch the NASDAQ. We'll go back to that screen and see if it's in alignment with that. NVIDIA holding pattern, I said between 210, right? I showed you this 210 and 205. Again, just milking your premiums. Mercado Libre. All right, we said this one. I like this one. I like the setup. I love this. This was a great opportunity this morning if you took it, but basically at 1475 at the open, 1480, all the way up to 1515, right? So again, quick trade, quick market, but it looks like it probably could run if it takes out this 1506. Is probably going to go. Now, there is some selling pressure right there at 1515, so just keep that in mind. But we're probably MACDs are could run maybe a little bit more, let it pull back. But if the market turns around, this was probably going to go with it. Apple, again, I told you 141, don't touch. It tried to go this morning, but it couldn't go. Again, just in a nice holding pattern. So watch Apple and watch Goldman Sachs, because if these two can go up, then I think the XPX can crater to 4,300, currently at 4,351. All right. Oil reserves. Oil's trying to go. Yesterday at lunch, I said we can go either way here. We went down and we're coming back up now. So again, no man's land right now. So we're at 215. I think, if they release the reserves, they're going to go down. If they don't, it's probably going to go back up. But yeah, there's not really a trade here. That's what we got. Goldman Sachs trading lower, and Affirm. I gave you this morning. I said 146 gets taken out. 144, right? It was this one. 144 gets taken out, and basically you had a nice rally there to to 150, right? So again, nice rally. It's probably coming to the end right now. So but that was a nice trade if you took it this morning. All right, VIX, where am I at? VIX coming lower. Okay, Treasury notes are coming lower. That's positive, but not super positive. We want this to come lower. And if this comes lower, then tech can go higher. All right, that's all we got. And go out there, go get it, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And all right.